Marco.
Look at your fucking phone!
Obama.
Billions and billions.
Thanks, Marco.
Let's indict the motherfucker. Let's indict.
That's the new Trump sound effect right there, everybody.
Let's indict the motherfucker. Let's indict.
So funny. That's going to come in handy. Welcome back, everybody. Just making my Instagram story to tell the people of the globe, really. Because everyone who is on this earth does follow me, as you know. Because you're one of them and you follow me on Instagram at alwaysmarco, right? But I'm just making a quick story here to let them know that we're live and we're back in full effect, ready. You know, I didn't want to talk about something so dark today on stream. I wanted us to have a fun, silly goose time. And what better way to do that than with the two silliest geese that I can think of, Scott Johnson and Peter Mingles.
Thumbs up the king.
So pour yourself a drink, ask, do you like me?
Do you like me?
And get ready, because we are going to finish off the last Saturday episode that we were listening to, where Glenn, shout out to Glenn, MLM is fraud, was talking with Scott and Peter yet again. And I miss them. I miss their voices. I miss the sound of their giggles, specifically Scott Johnson's. And I miss the inflections of Peter Mingles when he's talking about network marketing with Peter Mingles. Hello, everybody. It's Peter Mingles. Love it. Okay. Here, let's make the story. The story has been told. Bum 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 ba-dum bum bum ba-dum bum bum. There. I'm so very excited and optimistic about the coming months, the near future. I have a very big, huge video, frankly. A very important, impactful, big announcement to make. But thank you, Beyond. What up, Beyond? I am going to post a video of this. It's going to come out early for the people on Patreon, so make sure if you want to support the boy, you're on Patreon. Oh, wow, Papa.
Keep up the good work, Senpai.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. We're starting it off right. Hey, be the change you wish to see in the world, am I right? Be the change you wish to see in the world. Be the change. Nah, LOL. But I like that. Let's start off right. Get all your bags out now. Get it out. Get it off your chest right now. I know that's what it always comes down to. Cult, commune, improvements. Let's make that the next dono goal. Some of you guys have been complaining about the mud huts that you're living in on the commune, and well, the renovations don't pay for themselves. So very excited. There's going to be a early release video on Patreon. So if you want to support the boy for as little as $1 a month to get access to all the early content and the VIP channel in the Discord, holla at your boy on patreon.com/alwaysmarco. And I think I have a button here that can go in the chat when I press it and post the link very easily, and it worked. Yes. Sometimes the button doesn't work. There was like 2 years where the button didn't work, so that's good. And what else? Yeah, you're gonna see, honestly, the changes that I'm gonna be making in my life in these next few months are so significant. Like, we're talking crazy shit that most people never do. But to you, it's gonna be almost imperceptible because I'm still gonna be working on the same content, still going to be fighting the same fight, and it's just going to be a different layout, but I can't give away too much.
You and Bad Dog make me literally cry with laughter with the Trump impressions.
Yeah, so true.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, so true. It's so true. When we impersonate Trump, they call it mocking him, but Appreciate all you guys being here. Look at the chat. Look at all the people. Thumbs up the stream, by the way.
Thumbs up the team.
It's free to do. Don't make me be a YouTuber and say, make sure you like and subscribe. All the mods, all the members, Legend Gaming, Beyond, what's poppin'? I love to see it. Silica Valley, yes. Hopi Nay, yes. Beyond again, yes. Beyond again, yes. Should have warned me. I got to switch the bingo back. No, it's been on it. It's been on it. I used it last week, and it was, yeah. Marco looking seasoned. Hold on. The Marco looking seasoned. The muscles are popping. Let's go, Pump King. Who the fuck is this guy? You guys, it's crazy. I didn't even hit the gym today. Shh. It was supposed to be shoulder day, but I took the day off because I had some secret missions to do. Shh. And I didn't go yesterday because my nieces wanted me to play with them and watch a movie. Shh. Family first. Shh. Crazy. And he's still looking pumped up. Wild. What can you say? Don't worry, Drew Loring. This video will stay up. Am I getting pregnant? Could be. Appreciate y'all. The mud hut's pretty sturdy. That's what I'm saying. People complaining about it. Thirst trapping with the flex? It's light, bro. The values on this guy and it's light. I'm not even doing too much. So thumbs up the stream. I am so excited. You know what it is? Nah, I can't even. I'm gushing with the news that I want to put out there, but I shouldn't do it yet because I think it will. If I announce it now, it's going to lessen the impact of it when it's like a public thing. So I think what I'm gonna do is wait until like probably the 1st of December, and I'm gonna put the video out telling you what I'm doing. And yeah, what up, Diana C? So I think that's what I'm gonna do. But it depends. Maybe if people drop big bags and thumbs up the ting, maybe I'll give you a hint if people drop bags and thumbs up the ting, and we'll see. And you know what I really want, bro? There was a period of time a couple months ago, maybe like 5-6 months ago, where the entire chat, I want to say, was green. People were just gifting memberships to each other, building this cult community strong. It was so beautiful. So true, so beautiful. And damn near the whole chat was green. Everybody had a membership. It was gorgeous. So I want to get more green in the chat. Get some more life in here. Green means good. If you've ever played a video game, you know red is bad, green is good. Almost threw up. Yeah. Right. All right, well, let's continue with this episode of Losing Fortunes Radio called YouTube. Called YouTube MLM is fraud. I think they meant to say YouTuber MLM is fraud. Glenn. LOL that I read it in Peter's voice. YouTube MLM is fraud. Glenn returns with Scott Johnson and Peter Bringles. I did a show with Robert Van Blissingen 25 years ago, and then we started this little show, Scott Johnson's radio show. So thank you for being here on your very own radio show. Thanks, Peter. Losers. Okay, let's continue let's pick up where we left off. What up, Jared? What up, Blake? Mythic. Oh, I'm the first YouTuber you've subbed to. Aww. All my little subs. All my little submissives. Hello.
Happy to be home?
Yeah. What the fuck is this? I'm waiting for the ad. I'm waiting for the ad to go by. Let's do some Goon News while we're doing it.
Live from Goon headquarters in scenic Edmonton, Alberta, it's time for Goon News with your host, always Marco.
Marco!
You give us 5 minutes, we'll give you the goons.
Let's go.
So, Goon News. Scott and Peter are back. Marco has big news that's going to change his life that he's going to announce soon.
Paid off just to sit on the sideline.
94 people are watching, but only 46 click like on the stream. It's so crazy. And what else? My new video that I put out last week called The Truth About Pyramid Schemes, or 2 weeks ago, I guess now, has 10,000 views. We just hit 10,000 views on it. We'd love to see that. And I have hella new content coming out. And I think one of my legal situations that I can't talk about, which causes me a lot of stress, is going to resolve in a positive way for me based on what I've seen. We're looking very closely at the legal situation, and you look at what we're doing, and frankly, it's unbelievable what we're doing with the lawyers. Rudy Giuliani is my lawyer. So yeah, that has been Goon News. Let's continue here.
So they can't be hired against them. And those are some of the downsides of not just the MLM industry, but industry in general. And, people like Ralph Nader and, the guy we used to do a radio show with, Jim Turner. These are the things that they've been fighting with for decades, if not 100 years. So your points, Glenn,
Thank you,
are
Diana.
well-founded, but some of them may not be accurate relative specifically to Edith Ramirez. Now, let's move forward just a little bit.
But make no mistake, there was enough evidence for that company to be closed. That company should have been closed down. That decision to only fine them $200 million is an absolute disgrace. And it's an absolute tragedy that people in the media did not analyze that case more, because if the media had analyzed that case, there would have been consensus that the FTC acted in a shameful fashion, because there was so much evidence. It was undeniable. Herbalife was breaking the law. They were doing the wrong thing. They had a 99-point-something loss rate. They should have been shut down.
Let me interrupt you. Yeah, let me interrupt you for just 1 second. To add credibility to what you are saying, is there was a hedge fund manager, still is, named Bill Ackman, and he's a guy that manages people's money in a hedge fund. So when he says something, especially when he says something and mentions a dollar amount on how he spent his hedge fund resources, it better be right, otherwise he's going to get sued by all the people that do the investing. He said he invested over $50 million in researching Herbalife to prove what you just said. So the only reason why I want to mention that is because sometimes we can throw away or throw around sentences, phrases, ideas, pseudo facts, but Bill Ackman did spend $50 million, and lots of it was well spent, and lots of it, I believe, what you say, I don't know if it should have had Herbalife shut down, but it should have had Herbalife readjusted. And when I say by readjusted, they should have been put in a position where they had to right their wrongs, which probably, so this is my guess, would have eventually led to their shutdown. So I think they should have been adjusted, reprimanded, fined, all of those things. The corrective measures put in place would have probably shut them down if they couldn't make the adjustments. As we've seen with Advocare, where they had multiple hundreds of millions of dollars per year in revenue, and then when they dropped the MLM side and basically went direct sales, they had a fraction of their total revenue, but are still able to stay in business because they don't have to worry about paying the MLM side, or at least they're staying in business for now. So in essence, that's the one thing I want to say about those things. Now, in reference to politicians, hell, corruption, just follow the money. If FTX, which is not an MLM company, that was that cryptocurrency thing run by Sam Bankman-Fried and other people. I mean, if they could put sponsorships on Formula One racing, on arenas all over the place, all of those places that are looking for sponsorships, they follow the money, and they probably follow the money.
So fucking boring. Let me put on 1.25 speed. Let me call Peter right now. I'm going to call him right now and see why he's so boring. I'm calling Peter. This is insane. Thumbs up the ting.
Hello, this is Peter, and thank you for calling. Chances are, if you're receiving this message, I'm here. I'm just on the other line. So since you called, you probably want to leave me a message. Leave me a quick and a detailed message. Repeat your phone number a few times, and I'll call you back. So again, please repeat your phone number a few times. Leave a quick and a detailed message. I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hi, Peter. It's Marco, a.k.a. always Marco the Narco, Mooch the Goon, the con artist. Anyways, the goons say hi to you, and I wanted to know how after so many years of you doing multi-level marketing and leads and all this radio show nonsense, whatever else, how are you still such a boring speaker after all these years? I literally think upon the idea of reacting to you and Scott's, show, air quotes, show, as one of my favorite things to do. And yet every time I do it, I go, what? Do I actually like this, actually? Because it's so fucking boring, Peter. Anyways, man, I love you. And hopefully you call me back soon so we can talk. I'd love to be on the show. Let's make it happen, man. I mean, this is what it's leading up to eventually, Everybody knows eventually you do Iron Man, you do Iron Man 2, you do Thor, you do Hulk, you do Captain America. Eventually, you have to bring them all together for Avengers. Me, you, Scott, maybe we could have Glenn mediating, whatever you want to do. Anyways, love ya.
Marco. Play it some more, Marco.
Let's hope he calls me back. Who's giving out memberships? Scott and Peter admitted their secret love finally. I mean, even last week when I was following along with the bingo, we had the board like halfway filled up, and we're already halfway through the episode. Insane.
With their eyes kind of focused on where the check is going as opposed to investigating to a great degree where that money is coming from. So Amway has a stadium. I am sure over in Orlando that the Orlando people that are actually looking at that stadium name are just really cashing the check for the Amway rights. And lots of people talk about a little bit of a disconnect. Lots of people go to the Amway Stadium all day long, and if you ask most of the people that are, as they're checking in there with their tickets, if they know what Amway is, they don't even know what Amway is, but they know what Amway Stadium is. They know it's the name of a stadium. They don't know if it's the name of an MLM company. So the reality is that there's a lot of that sort of stuff that happens here in the U.S. and I'm sure over in your country as well. So, Scott, you asked me to kind of jump in. I just kind of jumped in a little bit.
Anyone who says that political donations are not important in politics, the MLM industry is absolute proof that political donations are very, very important. Make no mistake.
Let me call Scott Johnson. I got to get to the bottom of this. I really do. Where's the AI, Scott and Peter, by the way? Did they do more of those? Was there more of those? Losing Fortunes Radio. Oh, is there more? Oh, here it is. Oh my God, there is more. Did I listen to this one? Bob Bobson?
Please leave your message for 2148.
Oh, whatever, his number, you can find it anyways. Let's listen to the fake Losing Fortunes Radio, the AI-generated Losing Fortunes Radio called Losing Fortunes Radio. I don't know if I listened to this one yet. Oh, yeah, the one with John Smith. Oh, there's a new one, Bob Bobson. Let me listen to this.
To Losing Fortunes Radio. Be sure to disregard us at losingfortunesradio.com. In addition to our marketing waifus, we're here to enlighten our Zoomers marketing network, repel customers, drain their glizzies, and worsen the world at losing fortunes. We're oblivious to the significance of your business to you and the unimportant people.
Thank you, Sophia.
Around you. So keep it a secret. Avoid acquaintances, ignore our newsletter, and refrain from making any positive impact in your world. Now on to our show with your antagonist, Pooter the Winky Tingles.
Good afternoon, folks. It's your host, Pooter the Winky Tingles. We have a real treat for you today. I'm joined by our show's owner, Scooter Coxon, and later on we will be joined by a VIP of the MLM community.
Hey, Pooter, glad to be here.
Always crazy how real it sounds.
Excited to talk to our guest about the Cumway tool scam.
Oh, bro. How did I forget about this? Shout out to the dude who made this, by the way. I was talking to him on Discord. This shit is so fucking funny to me.
And lack of hentai sales Back to you, Pooter.
As usual, I like to start off the show with a little recap of how we started Losing Fortunes Radio. Scooter and I started the show about 10 years ago at the tail end of 2012 when Scooter Coxon reached out informing me of the MLM known as Amway and how the system was set up to fail unless you use the tools provided to recruit more people into the business rather than relying on hentai sales. Ever since then, we have started this radio show to warn the public of the shady tactics of MLMs that do it the wrong way, such as Amway. Normally the show would be wrapping up here, but as I mentioned in the beginning, we do have a treat for y'all today. My neighbor sold me his daughter's old laptop, and we have finally upgraded from our Macintosh 128K to a CU MacBook Air. We will be able to have longer streams going forward. We aren't limited to 32 megabytes of audio. I was setting up a new computer. I found the music library left on it and came across this young lady by the name of Ice Spice. That's while not my type of thing to listen to. I found a song that goes,
He ate it for lunch, bitch. I'm a baddie. I get what I want. Like, bitches ain't bad. Let's keep it a B.
And it sure is catchy. I'd sure like to know what they were talking about eating. Anyway, I believe
Oh
the name
my
of the song
God.
is Munch. I'm not sure about the music video.
Peter Mingle's listening to Ice Spice.
The young lady Ice Spice, I think her name seemed to be having a seizure as they were shaking their behinds, and a full lot really had nothing to do about eating any food, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's never sounded this interesting.
That's great, Pooter. I love her vids. I mean, my daughter loves her videos as well. But enough of our rants today. We have a very special guest. He's known to many in the MLM world as the man who's held over 250 conventions with many big names like FOREX, WFG, otherwise known as Wanker Funneling Group in Crime America. The great Bob Bobson. Hey, Bob, can you hear us? Back to you, Pooter.
Let us try messaging him on our AOL Messenger account.
No.
Well, we wait for Bob to get back to us. I'd like to show our guest some new tech we acquired for our Macintosh book setup. I believe it's called a Steam Deck thingy, and it's what always Marco the Narco uses on his radio show to make those fancy edits and sounds. Here's a few memorable sound snips I was able to get, like this one.
Come on, Marco, fuck me.
Or this one. Gotta get his sack. Or this one.
Oh my God.
Or this one.
Thumbs up my ass.
Thumbs up my ass, he said.
Marco's in. Or this one.
Thumbs up my ass.
The little thumbs up my ass in the high-pitched voice.
Now, Marco isn't the only one with fancy sounds. Has Bob gotten back to you yet, Pooter? Back to you, Pooter.
Nesting. No, not yet. Let me try asking my Google speaker to call him. Hey, Google, call Bob Bobson.
Sure, Pooter. Resuming your audiobook. How to cope with having a micro penis, son.
This is so good.
Hey, Google, stop. I said stop.
Sorry, folks. Don't know what my Google speaker was going on about. As you all know, I'm a tough New York guy, and we sure are packing down there.
All right, folks. Having technical difficulties here. This is where we'll end the show. Thanks for tuning in to Losing Fortunes Radio. And don't forget to visit our new site, www.fanconnectprosperityNetwork.com. Link below in
You've
our
been
show
listening to
notes.
Losing Fortunes Radio on Losing Fortunes.
Cut off.
Radio.com. For listening, be sure to check us out every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the designated Losing Fortunes segment with Pooter Lewinky Tingles. Be sure to check out the LosingFortunesRadio.com website for our featured segment. It's been our privilege to have your glizzy in our mouth. We wish you the gordy you deserve and are willing to suck more. So spread your cheeks, suck titties, join our come letter, go refrain from making any positive impact in your world.
Oh my goodness, that's so fucking funny. Make more. They sent me one episode where they had John Smith as a guest on their show. Oh my goodness. All right.
MLM industry would have been shut down 40
Let's continue the real episode.
or 50 years ago without.
Yeah, hold on, no. What you guys are saying is facts. It is way better than their show. Also, 40 people haven't clicked thumbs up. Crazy. Jaggy says, I've been watching the lives for weeks now, and I just finished Glenn versus BFR Part 2. Holy shit, they're back. Bro, Glenn is a regular on their show. He's the only person that can continually convince Scott and Peter to let him on, even though he just bodies them every time. It's like they're gluttons for punishment. They're little submissive, little beta submissive, you know.
Here we go. There's only ever been one Australian politician, Mr. Scully, who was a New South Wales state parliamentarian who questioned the Amway business. He's the only one, and Amway's been in this country for, I think, 40-odd years. So they're all getting in office. Is he still in office? No, long gone. This happened in 1994.
Okay.
So since then, not one member of parliament from the left side of politics, the right side of politics, they've all taken money from the Amway Corporation, and they've all been quiet about the 99% loss rate. If anyone ever tells you that political donations are overstated, overrated, not important, point them to the Amway Corporation.
I want to thank Snake Honey Reptiles for joining the Patreon. Thank you.
Because the Amway Corporation proves that political donations are very, very, very important in politics. In all countries, all sides, the Amway Corporation is proof of that, and so is Herbalife, and so is Prime America.
I'll throw a little bit more, facts at your direction, because you're in Australia, and obviously you don't know all the things that happen here as much as we don't know all the things that happen over in Australia. Well, Donald Trump nominated and got approved Betsy DeVos as being the Department of Education, the head of the Department of Education. And during her questioning, I think somebody asked her, how much money do you think you've spent? We kind of calculated about $100 million, Betsy. Do you think that's going to buy you any political influence? And I think Scott, paraphrasing hers, she said something like, well, it's fucking better. She didn't say that, but she should have.
Yeah,
she could have.
Give away money
I think
to
she
political
said,
parties.
Yeah, that was Bernie Sanders, and he actually said $200 million, and she said, yeah, that sounds about right. And I think it was around early 2000s when she was asked that question. Do you expect your political contributions to have influence? And she said, you better believe it. Why else would you give money if you didn't expect influence? Now, I would say this.
Yeah, that's a fact. Betsy DeVos did say that they expect something back in exchange for their political contributions, as they call them. It's great. In my new video that's coming out, I about the mayor of Edmonton supporting World Financial Group, I even say something to the effect of, if you were to try to pay a police officer to get out of a ticket here in the West, Canada, the US, that would be considered bribery, and you would be breaking the law. But if rich corporations or MLM companies or ultra-rich individuals pay the people who make the laws to let them slide and get away with whatever, well, then it's just called political lobbying. It's such a joke. Thumbs up my ass. Yeah, thank you, Devin. That was fucking hilarious. Also, I really enjoyed the Wednesday stream we did, Multi-Level Misery Live, where you guys called in and we had a lot of really interesting, fun conversations about MLM. If you guys think I should do more of those, holla. And thumbs up the ting. Thumbs up the ting if you want more streams and whatever, because honestly, if there's not engagement and embagment, I'm chilling.
And I don't know the numbers exactly, but I think that the MLM contributions are a pretty small percentage of a politician's overall contributions. And so that's why I remain optimistic. If people spoke up, we could make this thing change. But there's so many defeatists out there that say, oh, they're bought off. It's a waste of time to write letters to politicians, the FTC. They're all in on it. They're getting paid off. If we talk like that, we're going to lose. We have to get people to understand that if they do speak up, they can cause change, but they have to speak up.
Yeah, I think the key is you've got to speak up to the right people. But on your last point, Marco interviewed one of the MLM attorneys. I can't think of his name. When I re-upload this onto my channel, I'm going to show the clip. And he showed a graph which showed clearly that MLM companies donate a higher percentage of revenue than any other industry. And it wasn't by a little bit, it was by a lot. A much higher percentage of MLM revenue.
That's on its face probably not true. Only because
because Marco said
oil and gas do way more, and pharmaceutical companies do way more by any proportion relative to MLM. So I'd say that either
that was from Bill Keep. Bill Keep made that point at the MLM conference. But what he's doing is he's using language, just like MLMs do, to mislead you. Just because it's a larger percentage of their revenues doesn't mean that it's a significant percentage of the overall contributions. Because to your point, Peter, there's companies that are much, much larger than Amway, and they're not giving as much money as far as a percentage of their revenue, but they're giving a whole lot more in terms of dollars.
Wow. Text just showing he doesn't understand statistics. What Bill Keep was showing specifically was how MLM companies might not make the same amount of money, the same dollar figure might be less than another company like Facebook or Meta, but proportional to the amount of money they make in terms of a total percentage of that company's respective revenue, they are spending more of a percentage of their revenue than a company like Meta, Pfizer, Goldman Sachs would on political lobbying. Think about that. Tech, big pharma, and big banking are spending less, are allocating less of their yearly earnings towards lobbying. Those are, you think about who would it be a priority, which industries would have lobbying as a high priority of their business. Those are three of the biggest ones. And proportionally, they don't spend as much as MLM. That's what Bill Keep was showing. So here's Scott completely misunderstanding because he's too stupid, saying, oh, well, they're not spending the same amount. So Bill Keep is actually using language to deceive you. No, you're just too fucking dumb to get it. He said what he said, and he said it perfectly.
Because they're so much larger. And so, again, when the MLM huns try to make an argument and try to use language that's cutesy, just like the MLMs do, they try to fool you by being cutesy, then you missed your point. And I don't think that Bill Keep did not have a good point there.
Under Ronald Reagan, the Amway Corporation was the biggest donator in American politics. There was no other company in America that was donating more money to politicians than the Amway Corporation. That's an absolute fact.
It's also a fact that it was 40 years ago, and it was 40 years ago, and we're still pretending that those people are alive and in office. They're not.
What a dumb fucking thing to say. Actually, Scott and Peter consistently stun me with how stupid the things they say are. Truly. Yeah, the politicians, well, first of all, look at how old some of these politicians that are like in Congress in the US are in their 90s. Some of them probably were around back then, first of all. Secondly, whether it was the same person or not, the politicians in general, generation after generation, are doing the same thing, accepting the boodling and bribing, lobbying dollars to act in the corporate interest of whoever's paying them. And I mean, they're using the example of Amway here, but MLM companies across the board are still doing the same thing. So whether it was John Smith from Amway lobbying Senator Jane Smith 40 years ago, or Jack Smith today lobbying Jane Doe today, it makes no difference. So Scott, I swear to God, man, Scott is like, kids get to a certain age where they're just like pushing the boundaries of what they can say. And sometimes kids get into that like those sassy years where they're just argumentative and contrarian for no reason. You can't fucking say one thing to them without them like saying something back or being like, no, well, or, I'm not going to say specifically, but I mean, if you have younger siblings or cousins or nieces and nephews, you'll know that they go through that phase where it's like you ask them to do something and they're like, well, I already did, or they're just correcting you about little shit, just annoying little shit instead of just saying yes, no, whatever. And Scott and Peter, specifically Scott, it seems he never grew out of that. It seems that he's been in that his entire life, and it's just absolutely mind-boggling. I can't believe you've done this, Also, thank you to the donation from Swain. Thank you, Swain. Swain said, I'm broke as hell, but I budgeted out to support the long-distance calls Marco is making to Poot and Scoot. Very important. Let's get green by giving green, goons. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Bunny says, You and Bad Dog make me cry with laughter with the Trump impressions. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. And thank you, Papa, for the big $27 donation. I appreciate you. Papa, you're a G. Thank you. Let me see. LOL. Shout out to somebody exactly 1 year ago, 364 days ago, donating to me saying in 10 years, this is somebody who was like salty at me because I don't even fucking remember why. I forgot about this person actually. In 10 years, you'll be selling furniture, 56K subs, only because you rode somebody's coattails. Yet you try and punch down. Hilarious. Huh. Almost at 90K now, pussy-o. I love it. I love when I like ban somebody for being a dickhead and then they donate to like circumvent the ban so that their donation still pops up on the screen. It's like, damn, how to double tap yourself and take even more of an L is instead of just walking away, you're going to give me money to let me know how mad you are. It's like, damn, thanks. Hilarious. Such a body bag. Okay, let's continue.
And so the influence of that money that was given 40 years ago is basically gone.
They would have been shut down. That money that was given to Ronald Reagan saved the Amway Corporation, saved the multi-level marketing industry, and today and since then, all the politicians are now taking money off Amway and Herbalife and Prime America. And I'm talking more about Prime America now because they sued Marco, they've got his videos removed, and I hope this is a lesson to the other MLM companies. If you sue someone, I'll talk about you more. I'll put more videos up about you, and I urge everybody to do the same thing. If you hear about an MLM company suing and removing a video, talk about them more. Make more videos about them. It needs to become a bad tactic for a company to sue people because it means you get talked about more. But yet, make no mistake, the Amway Corporation is legal because they gave Ronald Reagan a lot of money. That is the reason. And the other politicians have followed suit and taken huge. Bill Clinton got paid $700,000 to make a speech for Amway. Bill Clinton.
Well, let's keep in mind that Amway won their 1979 case while Jimmy Carter was the president, not Ronald Reagan.
But that's why Amway knew that the only way we're going to stay alive is if we get these guys on side. We need to get. They knew, all right, we've got the right side of politics on side. We now need to get the left side on side. That's why they gave money to people like Bill Clinton. And Bill Clinton sold out the American public. That speech that he made has led to millions of Americans losing money, losing time, losing relationships. Also, he could make a quick $700,000. I would argue one of the most disgraceful things that an American politician has ever done was when Bill Clinton made that speech. It was selfish. It was, to me, it was criminal. It was just disgusting. For him to take $700,000 off Amway, and make no mistake, Bill Clinton knew that speech was going to cause a lot of people a lot of pain. Here we are, 3 decades later, and the same nonsense is still going on. But he's still got his $700,000.
That's politicians for you. And you want them to help you?
Yeah. We've sort of gone off track a bit. I wanted to really talk today about last week, some of the things you said, which really surprised me. Can we sort of head back to last week, 2 weeks ago?
Sure.
Yeah, the thing that I was absolutely shocked and flabbergasted and I almost fell out of my chair when I heard you say it, you talked about how you discovered the Amway tool scam. You said that you discovered the Amway tool scam and that you stopped buying the tools instantly. Now, I knew that part. But the thing that I found very hard to comprehend was the fact that you still believed in the material. So you still continued to use them, to listen to them, to read them, and you still seem to believe in them. I'm flabbergasted by that because to me, those tools are damaging propaganda. It's brainwashing material. That's, to me, that it's, what they are is brainwashing kits. You can take a person, put it this way, if you're an evil person and you wanted to destroy a 16-year-old, I would say a good way to do that would be to tell them, to give them a heap of Amway tapes, CDs, books, say, read these. These are the keys to your financial success. These are the keys to you being able to retire early, to holiday all over the world. Don't get a JOB, a just on broke, over broke, JOB, a journey of the broke. Education's a scam. Don't do any more studying, any more education. Read these tapes. So read these books, listen to these tapes, over and over and over again. That's how you would destroy a young person. But here we had you saying, and at one point you even compared your own educational background with the Amway tools. I mean, I was just shocked by it. I think Julie was too. You could sort of tell by her tone of voice that she was sort of taken aback by this, because she thought you were heavily anti the Amway tools. What do you make of that?
Well, I've said on the show quite frequently that I don't have a problem so much with the content as I do with the hidden profit that's being made. And so that's the issue I have. Now, you won't find on too many tools the words being said that education is a waste of time. You'll hear that at the live meetings, but you won't hear it on recordings. The recordings are sort of sanitized so that you don't find that type of information on them. And that's why I still think that the tools are okay, because you don't find that extreme type information. I mean, it's an evil genius, believe me. It's what I've called them that many times. You know, it's genius, but it's evil. But they're very careful on what they put on the recordings. They don't put the extreme stuff on the recordings, and that's why I think the recordings are still acceptable.
Hang on, but to say to a 16 or 17-year-old that a job is a journey of the broke or a just over broke, do you agree with me? That's a horrendous message which is going to damage that person long term.
That's a very accurate message that is not on the recordings.
What?
Not on the recordings. I think you're onto something here. This is my take. Tell me, I'd like to know your take. It's similar to Scientology. If you were to go to a Scientology office today, you would be told things, you wouldn't be told anything too crazy. The crazy things they would tell you about spaceships would come once you'd been brainwashed and you were fully in and fully committed. So the reason why I think they don't say the real crazy, they say crazy stuff, but not the real crazy stuff on the tapes, is because those tapes are what you give to somebody who hasn't yet been brainwashed to try and get them to come to the big meetings and the seminars. That tape is being listened to by lots of people who haven't yet signed on, aren't yet brainwashed, and aren't yet committed to Amway. At the big rallies and functions, everyone there's paid a couple of $100, and they're all fully brainwashed, fully committed, and that's when they start bringing out the real crazy stuff. Do you think that's an accurate way to describe it? Why is the difference in what you say to an event?
Watch Scott now. Watch Scott respond by talking about something else entirely. LOL.
$1 opposed
like we talked about before, minus the brainwashing part.
What up, Meek?
But I do agree that as you put time, money, and effort into something, you're less likely to want to quit because you've invested those things. And so if you don't get any information otherwise, then you tend to want to keep going. I do agree with that.
But those tapes, though, there's nothing in those tapes, there's nothing in those books that would make a person more likely to become financially successful, more likely to start a business that makes millions of dollars. I mean, some of the lines, let's go through them. Don't let anybody steal your dream. That quite simply is false. If you start a normal business, we'll use a bakery or a news agency for an example, nobody is going to try and steal that dream. It's a nonsense to say that when somebody starts a new business, people are going to come from all angles and do everything they can to sabotage you and to steal your dream because they're jealous. It's quite simply not true. They're saying that because they know that people are going to try and talk you out of Amway, because it's very well known that Amway, the overwhelming vast majority of people who join Amway lose money. And it's also well known that they're very good at brainwashing people. That's why people become quite desperate to talk their sons and their daughters and their mothers and their fathers and their aunts and their uncles out of Amway when they join. But they don't try and talk family members and friends out of doing a business like a bakery, for example.
Exactly.
I mean, do you agree with that?
Well, I do think there's a certain percentage of people that are aware of Amway and it's a scam, and that they tell somebody that it is a scam. I don't think it's anywhere near 100%. And I also would say there's probably people that discourage somebody from starting a business because they didn't think they could do it. They didn't think they had enough capital to start, whatever the limitations were. Now, I don't think it's as forceful or maybe as big of a percentage of people that are negative towards a non-MLM business being started. But I still maintain that most people in the United States don't even know what an MLM is. And so, to say that everybody is told, because if everyone knew it, then how can they get new people to join?
Well, they don't. Well, my dad's a great example. He prospected thousands and thousands of people, and he got 29 in because 95% plus people know. You say the word Amway, they say that's a scam. That's a pyramid scheme. That's a people just know instantly. Amway has a horrendous reputation. And that's why they've changed their name. I mean, if they didn't have a horrendously bad name and people didn't associate Amway with scams, they wouldn't have changed their name to Quickstar or A2K. They did it because they knew that this thing's got a bad name. It's got a bad reputation. We need to, and they still do this today, by the way, when they prospect people, don't use the word Amway. The worst thing you can do when prospecting someone to join Amway is to use the word Amway. A normal company like Pizza Hut or McDonald's, they can sell a franchise and use their own name. There's no other business that they try and sell you a business opportunity or a franchise or whatever you want to call it, and they don't tell you what the name of the company is. This is unique to the multi-level marketing industry, and that is because it has a horrendously bad name because over 99% of people lose.
Among other reasons.
But which messages are good? Like, how is it beneficial to listen to the tapes and the books and to attend these functions, these tools? Can you give me solid examples of them being beneficial for you?
Well, I lost money, so no, I cannot. But I lost money because I was unknowingly in a illegal pyramid, lack of retail sales, and I was in a tool scam, which is RICO fraud. And so just to say because I lost money, there was nothing good in the tools, would not be a fair assessment of the information.
They talk about, I've heard people say this, that even if I don't continue with the business, I'm going to learn so many things that it's going to help me in other areas of life. It's going to help me to progress and to get promoted in my work, in my job. It will help me create other businesses. I don't think, in fact, I know people that listen to hours and hours of multi-level marketing talk from people like Dexter Yeager and Bill Britt, they're not more likely to start businesses. They're not more likely to become millionaires from starting businesses. It's a nonsense. They're not more likely to get promoted at work to go further. It's not beneficial in other areas of your life. And even the Amway founder said that since the tools were created, the percentages of people becoming diamonds has not increased. It's actually decreased. These materials are, and they have a negative influence on people's life. They make success less likely. So to me,
I'd like to see.
It's amazing not only how much Glenn knows his shit, but also how much how he's able to remain so calm and so poised even after years of dealing with his own dad's just incessant nonsense. If what time is it in Australia right now? Maybe we'll try to talk to Glenn today on this stream after this. I would love that.
To see that quote from Rich DeVos, I've never seen it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I will say this: the tools did help me. The tools did help me because I was kind of a introvert type person.
Yeah, you're still a fucking idiot. And I would say you're still an introvert because you don't actually engage or act assertive or confrontational with anyone in real life. It's only online. You're like the biggest definition of a keyboard warrior. It wasn't until me and my spies uncovered that this was you earlier this year that anybody even knew what you looked like. You're a bitch.
Person. In fact, that's what I told my sponsor when he came over to sign us up that evening was, hey, Jim, I think his name was Jim LaRose. He's a doctor. I think he retired recently. Hey, Jim, there's just one concern I have. I'm not a real outgoing person, and I was looking at Amway as kind of an outgoing person and providing, presentations and all that kind of thing. And his response was, well, we have a program for that, which, by the way, is the answer that is used for virtually any objection. So it doesn't matter what the objection is because you have a pat answer. We have a program for that. But it did help me. It helped me with time management. It helped me be a little bit more outgoing, which did help me with my job and getting promotions and asserting myself. So, yeah, there were benefits. Just because you lose money doesn't automatically mean every single word that was told to you is complete trash. That's just not thinking. That's reacting.
Imagine the other educational things you could have done instead of going to those meetings, listening to those tapes, reading those books. Imagine if you had to put the same amount of effort into other areas of education. And I mean, there must be a part of you that says, "Thank God." So how old were you when you joined Amway?
I was 33, almost 34.
So 33. So you already had it was an electrical engineering degree under your belt, yeah, by that stage.
Oh yeah, I got that several years before.
Well, thank God you didn't join Amway when you were 17 or 18, and you didn't have some sponsor saying to you, "Journey of the broke, just over broke, education's a scam."
Bars.
Because just imagine if you had taken that ridiculous advice and not got your electrical engineering degree. Imagine if you had put all your energy into Amway and not got your electrical engineering degree. I think this is what happens a lot of the time. Someone like my dad's a perfect example. the success that he has as a bank manager is masking the fact that for the last 23 years, he has been losing money. And this happens, and I think you might be in a similar situation, that because of the success that you had in the Just Over Broke, it really is masking just how bad and negative an experience Amway was for you. I think this is a very, very, very common thing. Are you grateful, though, that you weren't prospected at 17? And just think for a second about how different your life would have been if you had been prospected at 17 instead of 33.
No, I agree. And I said that many times on the show, that a lot of the anti-MLM Huns got involved when they were very young. They didn't have very many life experiences, and this just overwhelmed them. Whereas I had those life experiences, and even though it was an extremely negative experience, it wasn't 100% negative.
Yep. Well, I would argue it was 100% negative. It's just that you also had a degree and a highly paying job and career that it's masking how bad it was. I mean, if you're 18 years old and you lose $30,000, that is catastrophic. That is life-destroying. But if you're 33 and you've been doing a good, high-paid job for over a decade, you can lose $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, and it doesn't have anywhere near the impact. It's a minor setback. But for the poor people that get involved at 17 and 18, it's devastating.
Bars.
Absolutely devastating.
Bars.
And if the tools were transferable into other areas of life, it wouldn't be so bad, because they could then go and start, they say business training. Well, if there were lots of people that failed in Amway but then started successful businesses, it wouldn't be so bad. But that's not true. It doesn't help you in other areas of life. There's nothing Dexter Yeager is saying that can be transferred into starting a normal business, a bakery or a news agency, even a hot dog stand. I mean, to me, this is just the most negative thing that could happen to a young person. And, I think you're a victim here, but...
Glenn brings up a great and yet such a simple point to understand, which makes it exceedingly more shocking that Scott and Peter don't understand it. In any other business, if somebody came to me and told me, hey, I'm starting a digital marketing business, or I'm starting a, yoga teaching thing, or I'm, anything. If I'm starting a hot dog stand, if I'm starting a restaurant, starting a hair salon, any business, you would never find yourself ensnared in this spiral of a conversation talking about, oh, well, that X% of people that do that lose money and they're going to brainwash you and this and that. And, oh, well, you know what the real scam is? Why? If it is so legit, rhetorical question, why, if it is so legit, do you need to constantly defend it and constantly make comparisons that don't actually add up with other things? I remember specifically in 2021 doing a debate with a gentleman who was part of an MLM that was very poppin' at the time that dealt with FOREX, who I won't name. And I talked to him about the 99% loss rate of MLMs, and I said, if 99% of people in anything, even gambling, even if you go to the casino, many people don't go to the casino because they know the famous saying, the house always wins. And yet MLM has a way higher failure rate than a casino. What's the best odds for a casino game? I think it's blackjack, right? Would you go and try to make a full-time career off of blackjack? Of course not. Why? Because it's gambling. Why is it gambling? Because it's not a guarantee that you're going to make money, and the percentage is weighed in the favor of the casino. The house always wins. And that's with the most generous table game. Blackjack has the highest odds of winning because there is some skill involved with knowing when to hit, when to stay, counting cards, etc. And nobody in their right mind would say, you know what, I'm going to go start a business in playing blackjack. Because it's not a business. Flipping a coin is not a business. So even 50% is not a business. And anyways, I remember I'm doing this debate with this guy, and I told him about the 99%. He said, he didn't even address it. It was like, I literally watched him be pre-programmed into his response. It was like, he didn't even flinch. He's like, you know what the real scam is? And I knew he wasn't talking to me. He was talking to the 1,000 people that were watching the Instagram live, or however many people. It's like, same with Dominic Izzo, whoever I debate, they're actually not talking to me. They're talking through me. And everything they are saying is designed to just go past me and fall on the ears of people who don't know any better so that they can hopefully prospect them. you saw it with the Dominic Izzo, the Dale Calvert debate. Nobody actually fucking listens to my questions. They just wait for their turn to talk. Anyways, I said to this guy about the 99% loss rate. He goes, you know what the real scam is? College. People go there, they end up getting a degree, they get all this student loan debt, they'll never pay it off, they'll never get a job, blah, 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 blah. And I remember saying to him, I was like, yeah, you know what? That's a good point. There is a lot wrong with the school system, especially in the U.S. with student debt and whatever. Now, can you actually address the thing that I was saying? Because that's a straw man argument. Oh, no, well, what about this? It's like showing me the shiny distraction. I'm like, you know, he's got one thing in his left hand. I'm like, what is this? He's like, well, don't worry about that. How about this? Let's talk about this. Making a point that something else is a scam does not mean your thing is not also a scam. Both two things could be scams, you know? It's like if somebody came up, if you go up to somebody smoking a cigarette, you go, you know that's bad for you, right? And they go, you know what's bad for you? Fast food. It's like, yes, that is also bad for me. Correct. But, again, smoking is bad for you, and that's what I came here to talk to you about. If somebody did that in the example that I just gave about smoking, and they went to you and said, you know what's actually bad? Fast food. You'd be like, this person is crazy. This person is crazy. So it's a real shame that Scott and Peter don't even understand this. 99% loss rate. Well, not every, 99% of people who play basketball never make it to the NBA. Well, is every person who plays basketball actually trying to make it to the NBA? Is it possible that some people just do it for fitness? Most people will never make it to the NBA. That's correct. But most people are also not being told, if you just do X, Y, and Z, you'll definitely make it to the NBA regardless of any other mitigating factors. MLM gives you that promise no matter what, no matter your background. Oh, you don't need to be a salesperson. Oh, you don't need to have experience. Oh, you're 19 and you have a beating heart. You're in. And $500, you're in. You know, that'd be like if the NBA was telling people, hey, you're 4'6", you're in. You could do it too. No, the NBA is not misleading people like that. People generally understand that pro athleticism or pro musicians or pro actors or whatever are among a super minority group who are the most highly skilled or the most talented in their respective craft and also very lucky. The idea that anyone could do it or everyone can do it in MLM is a complete fucking nonsensical thing to say, especially when juxtaposed with how they pull the rug out from under you shortly after you start opening your eyes to what's really going on. Wait, you told me everybody can do this. Yeah, everyone can do this, but you have to, what does Dale Calvert say? You have to be with the right company at the right point in time with the right team. Okay. Or they'll say, you have to be, you have to follow the plan. Follow the plan, be motivated, believe in yourself. Okay, so I do believe in myself. I have been doing everything you've been saying, and I'm still losing money. Well, then what do they say? They pull the rug out and go, it's not for everybody. We still need people to flip the burgers and make the coffee. Not everyone can do this. But you fucking told me everyone can do this. It's insane. Maybe one day I'll have to do a stream where I read the Facebook messages between my old best friend from high school and myself. After the video came out, he messaged me, and it's crazy how he hadn't been in it for a while still, and was still defending it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, also the whole we were boys thing. One of the things he said to me in the group in the message was I supported you in high school whenever you were doing this or that, but you couldn't show up to one more meeting for me. Motherfucker, why are you even pressed about this still in 2019 when that was in 2015? And also, you told me that the favor that you needed me to do was to show up to one meeting and see if I liked it. Now it's you weren't there for me because you didn't show up to one more meeting? Okay, so if I had shown up to one more meeting and then still not join WFG under you, would you then still have said the same thing, that I wasn't there for you because I didn't show up to the 3rd meeting or the 5th meeting or the 10th meeting, or I didn't sign up under you? At any point in this process, you could have said that I let you down. If I didn't show up to the first one, you would have said I let you down. This is how MLM brainwashes people. Anyone who is not in on this with you is a traitor. You've literally seen me post videos, if you've been following me a while. That same FOREX MLM company who I won't name, I posted a clip of one of their leaders saying in a living room full of young people who were there who pitched the plan. She said, if your partner, meaning your romantic partner, is not in the business, why are you with them? Verbatim. Bro, I haven't looked at these in fucking years. It's crazy. Saying my shit was sleazy. That's crazy. Yes, my WFG video that has, I don't know, what, 700,000 views? I don't even know. Let me look at it. Popular. 721K views. I'm the best. 721K views on that video in 4 years. Literally thousands of comments, all positive, all from people saying, yeah, you helped me, or I learned about this. 3,800, almost 4,000 comments. Crazy. And he's saying your shit is sleazy. Damn. Crazy. Crazy. I left WF. Insane. And also, I told him at one point in our exchange about the 99% loss rate statistic, and you know what he said? The statistic you just mentioned is petty. I sense you're trying to hurt feelings. What's the saying? Facts are not attacks? Bro, I'm being petty and trying to hurt your feelings by citing a statistic. That's crazy. Oh, and then he ends up, this is funny because I just did this stream on Saturday. He ends with, ever heard of Ed Milet? You don't understand and you're skeptical. That's why you misrepresent it. Ever heard of Ed Milet? Oh my God. Dude, so in the Matrix. Fuck, I hope he learned, man. That was a long time ago. Maybe he learned. Who knows? Crazy. Fuck. Damn. We're haters, yet they aren't all millionaires to prove us wrong. Dude, that Forex MLM, the amount of people that said, I'm going to go chairman 500. I'm going to go chairman 750 by next year. I'm manifesting it. It's already done. Chairman Scream on 3. Ah! And doing all this clown shit. Y'all owe me a fucking apology.
What you were about to witness is real. The participants are not actors.
Not one of y'all made even 6 figures. Not one of you motherfuckers made any money in that shit. You lost money. And all of your mentors aren't even in it anymore, bro. All of the biggest people who are like, oh, this guy's so lit. My mentor makes 6 figures. They're not even in it. It's crazy how I always win. And it's crazy how I'm always right. Sometimes I go back and watch these streams after they're done. Like the next day, I'll go back and watch them. And just as a viewer, and I'll be laughing. I'd be jealous of you motherfuckers that subscribe to me on YouTube because I'm like, damn, this motherfucker is spitting, and I don't get to experience it. I don't get to experience this the way you do, so I'm jealous of you for that. But damn, man, this is madness, absolute madness. My sponsor's sponsor. What up, Voldemorty? Saving people from financial loss, so sleazy. You know? Where is the money? Where is the money? Where is the money?
Thank God you weren't prospected at 18, is all I can say. Thank God. And thank God my dad, thank God they didn't get him until after he left. He'd already left the bank by this stage. He'd already got the big payout from the bank, which he refers to as a just over broke, a stinking job, a journey of the broke. You know, he hasn't worked in the bank for 30 years.
Imagine shitting on someone who works a 9 to 5 to pay their bills when you work 24/7 and are in debt.
He's living off banked money, and he's going around telling people that how bad the bank is, and it's a stinking job, and it really is bizarre that you can be living off bank money that you earned 30 years ago and bagging the bank when you've spent 23 years in Amway and you've earned nothing. It's absolutely bizarre. And if that isn't brainwashed behavior, then Scott, what is?
Bars.
Well, again, I think your dad's experience is extreme. It's an extreme outlier. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying it's extremely unusual.
No, it is not, Scott. For somebody who, how many times was he in Amway? Oh, no. Peter was the one who fired and hired himself 3 times. The fact that mans like Scott, who lost, he admits to whatever the fuck amount that he lost, $500,000 back in the 90s. You were in it for so long and lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you think Glenn's dad is an outlier? Motherfucker, you are still in it. You are still in the mind frame of being like, oh no, well, it could be done right and blah blah blah. And you spent hundreds of thousands. You probably spent more than Glenn's dad. Madness.
Usual. And so I would not approach this problem using your dad as the standard bearer. It's just not typical.
I mean, it's not typical to do it for 30.
What do you mean it's not typical? 99% of people who are involved each year lose money. It doesn't get more typical than that, to be honest. Crazy.
33 years. There's a lot of people who lose 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And 2, 3, 4 years when you're 18 years of age, or even in your early 20s, it's devastating. It's hard to recover from that.
Well, I think when you're younger, it's actually easier to recover because you have a lot of years ahead of you. So, I mean, if you want to be a victim, you can be a victim, but you can say, hey, I learned from it, and I'm going to go do something else. And you have a lot of years to recover. So, I'm not one of these defeatists that say, oh, you got me when I was young, now my life is ruined. Sorry.
That's literally what you do. Go watch the debate that Mans Like Peter did with Savvy Writes Books, and you'll see exactly what I mean.
Yeah, but you had a foundation. These kids don't have a foundation. So, and if you go from 18 to 24 in Amway, it's an uphill battle to get back on track. Especially when you've been taught things like jobs are for losers, flash that stinking job, education's a scam. I mean, if you believe that stuff, you're in big trouble.
I would direct you to Megan, who's been a guest on the show twice. She was in Amway for, I believe it was 14 years. She's in her mid-30s now, and she's doing great. She just got a book deal. She created a book of all things, and this happened before Amway, ironically. But she decided that she liked, even as a child, going through fancy homes, which is called dream building in Amway. And she also likes to write and come up with ideas in books. And so I think it's next Wednesday. She is having a book published, which is a mansion type, different pictures of mansions, and it's a coloring book. And so she's combining these two interests of her in a productive manner, and I hope that she's successful. But she is not damaged for life. She has a very positive outlook, and I would hold her up as an example of someone who can be in Amway even for 14 years and not be a victim. To say, hey, yeah. I screwed up. I'm going to go forward now. I'm going to make something of my life, and she's a great example of that. I don't like to wallow in misery. That's not going to solve the problem.
But she understands that the educational material that Amway is offering is negative. It's not positive. Whereas you're still saying that this is beneficial, and these are tools, and these are. You literally last week. I'm going to play the audio when I redo this on my channel, where you compared your electrical engineering degree with Amway educational tools. I mean, that is insane, Scott. Electrical engineering degree, I mean, I looked it up. The money that an electrical engineer can earn in Australia, it's mid-range of about $120,000 a year, which is about 6 or 7 times that of the minimum wage. That is a life-changing, positive degree that will change your life for the better. To compare that with reading Dexter Yeager talking about dream stealers and stinker thinkers and jobs being for losers and education being a scam. I mean, it's crazy.
If that's all he talked about, if that's all he talked about, I would agree with you. And he talks about those things in live meetings, but he does not talk about those things on the recordings. And that's why the recordings, in my view, are not that bad, because he also talks about on the recordings.
Literally splitting hairs. Okay, so he's not talking about it in the recording, but he talks about it. So you, literally what, bro? Literally what? Yeah, Blake Cavaney says, I always love when you state a fact or statistic to someone and they ask if you have proof. You provide the proof and then they try to act like you didn't give them proof. Or even better, when they say cite your source and you cite the source, you know me, I know many of the studies off the top of my head, the names of them and the years. And I'll pull it up and they'll go, oh, well, who was that person that wrote it? And maybe and they'll just try to invalidate. It's crazy. Silica says, walks into FTX 4X football, goofball group therapy group for the chairman 500. Smell like... So funny. 4X. Okay, yeah. Walks into FTX 4X goofball group therapy group. So funny. What up, Eliza? 2 in the stinky, 1 in the thinky. On God. Wagwan, Marco, and Goons. What up, Dylan? What up, Randall? Yeah, everyone's an outlier. Goodness gracious. There's an error with the episodes for this show. Look, I'm trying to click play and it's glitching now. Did they delete it as I'm watching it? What the fuck? Okay, an hour, 14 minutes, and what?
Welcome to Billing for the Attorney's General Office. Don't, because they can't afford it.
Paycheck. Actually, ask people, why did you join?
They
tend to become the lifestyle of the rich and famous.
Term, very short term. Very short term. You didn't have to buy anything. I don't know what the consequences are. I know in Amway,
okay, here we go.
There's a rule which is not followed, and I personally experienced this. There was no personal purchases required. You didn't have to buy anything for yourself. But if you wanted to get paid for your downline volume bonus, then you had to have at least 50 PV of customer sales, which in today's dollars is about $150, or selling products to at least 10 different customers. It's one of those two in order to get your downline volume bonus, which is quite an incentive to cheat, right? You know, if you have a decent sized group and maybe you're making $1,000 or $2,000 from your downline, you have a pretty good reason to cheat if you can't get your retail sales. And so it's just the wrong incentive. And the other part of that in Amway is if the downline does not have 50 PV or 10 customers in a given month, then that bonus that would have gone to them goes to their upline. And if their upline had the right qualifications, then they kept the money. If they didn't, then it would be passed up to the next upline until it got to a platinum. And at the platinum level, you're not required to have retail sales. And so that's where all that money theoretically ends up. In reality, what happens is the company, Amway, doesn't care. Actually, they do care from the standpoint that they want to pay you a little bit of money to keep you in. And so they ignore this rule of the 50 PV so they can pay you even if it's only $10 a month. You know, $10 a month is better than zero. And it keeps people in longer. And so I think what the rule should be is if you don't have the 50 PV or 10 customers, then that downline volume bonus should go back to the company. And you say, wow.
You want to know why I'm going to win my legal battles that I have? Because in a lawsuit, there's something called discovery. There's the discovery process, okay? And if you make it to the discovery process, and this is like a civil case, you basically get to demand that the other side opens up their books. This will help you to either validate or negate theories or claims that you may have about their business. This is why I'm going to win in any situation that comes my way or may already exist. Because the numbers simply do not lie. And it is a matter of me explaining with enough poise and efficiency to a judge who is hopefully not bought and paid for by said company how the numbers, how the math ain't mathin', basically. Also, because the matters of a court case are public record, if we make it to the discovery process and that's on the record, well, now they are at risk of having the discovery published to the public, which would only hurt them more because it would only be more revealing about them. So, I'm in Canada. This is slow. This process is slow. I did a video 2 years ago, more than 2 years ago, it was called like, I'm in trouble and I can't talk about it. And that was the video where I did a GoFundMe for a legal situation. Would you believe if I told you that legal situation is still in limbo? And I can't talk about it. And it ain't the first and it ain't the last. So, but I will win. I will win. And I'm damn near considering, by the end of this, a few years from now, however many lawsuits I'll have, stacked, however many lawsuits that I'll have to my name by that point, I feel like I'll be so familiar with the process, I'll damn near be a fucking lawyer, So, and it could go bad, it could go good, you never know, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, that would be terrible. Now you're rewarding the company for not having retail sales, and they're going to clean up on all the profit. How could you possibly say that, Scott? You're so stupid, right? No, I'm not stupid. I'm actually smart, because the reason behind this is because
bars Silicon Valley. In layman's terms, the MLM say, "Let's fuck Marco." Marco says, "Okay, let's go to your bedroom." The MLM has a flashback to the hoarder bedroom disarray. Never mind. Basically, the problem is the MLMs have so much money that they're not counting on somebody like me having the money to even make it to the point of discovery. They're going to do what's been happening to me recently, where I'm not going to give you details, but I've been getting harassed like next fucking level, and they know where I live. And I've been getting harassed at home. I've been getting harassed out, like, I don't want to say too much, but motherfuckers have been following me. And even this past week, I had a situation where I went somewhere and somebody was waiting for me there. Seriously, you can't make this shit up. And this is what they want. They want to just fuck with you until you fold. And I won't fold. You're going to have to kill me. They want to just, it's like Scientology type shit. So you think Scientology gives a fuck about whether they win a case against a former member? No. You can see videos about former Scientology members being harassed by current Scientology members, running up on them with a camera in their face. The guy that was waiting for me had a camera too, running up with a camera in their face, saying they're a piece of shit, this and that, showing up to their house, stalking them, threatening emails, just harassment, just disgusting shit. That's what they want. And MLMs are a cult, in my opinion, because this type of behavior wouldn't happen from a legitimate company. I'm sorry, it just wouldn't. So they don't give a fuck about winning. They give a fuck about delaying the process. Especially here in Canada, it's easy to fuck around in the court system. They want to, okay, you get sued. Okay, we're gonna be on this. We're gonna do it on this date when the judge is back sitting. The sitting dates of the judge. We'll go back before the bench. We'll do this. We'll do that. You get there on the day of, oh, sorry, Your Honor, we're going to have to postpone. We forgot some piece of paper. We repostpone for another day. Oh, you know what, Your Honor, the lead counsel is on vacation right now. He'll be back in a month. Oh, okay. Next time, oh, somebody's sick the day before you're supposed to do it. Or the judge is on holiday. Bullshit, 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 bullshit. Until eventually you just either fucking give up, because every time that you correspond with your lawyer, what are they doing? They're billing you. You talked for 5 minutes on the phone. Yeah, well, we're going to do this day, and he was sick. How much are they billing me for? To the nearest half hour. So they're not going to charge me $0, so they're going to charge me half an hour. And the MLMs or any big company that's trying to step on a smaller entity or person, they're just counting on you not having the money to even make it to the point.
God did.
These funds are to be allocated to the cult library law book section.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Papa. Thank you. That's big, actually. Thank you so much. Yeah, they're just counting on you not even making it to the point where you have your fucking day in court, because they're thinking, we have billions, he doesn't. It's going to cost him more money than he would even fucking win And let's say none of this fuckery even happened. None of these delays happened. Let's just say we jumped straight day 1 to day 2 into court. Let's battle it out. You show your cards, I show mine. Let's see who wins. Fair and square. Even if you win and you get your legal costs paid for, now there's a whole new battle of actually making them pay. You know? That's like they're going to find a way to wiggle around that too and fuck with the process on that part of it too. And then let's say you know you're going to win up front. Well, now you have to dedicate time out of your life to being it's like when you sell something online like Facebook Marketplace or Kijiji. It's like, yeah, I want the money for this, but do I really want to go become a shelf salesman? What's it worth to you? You might as well just fucking throw it in the car, in some cases, drive it to Goodwill and drop it off and be done with it. And think, you know what? The time that I'm saving not dealing with it is worth the $50 that I would have got for it. Especially you sell online, somebody's going to show up. Oh, yeah, I only brought 40 with me. Can you do cash? I'll take it today. What's your address? Just, again, bullshit, fuckery, harassment. So I think they get the sense that I'm not backing down, and that's why the shit is being stepped up to where I'm being harassed in person, harassed at home. You know, it's real. It is real. So, I mean, but again, I'm not going to stop. I said to Robert Fitzpatrick the other day, I was texting him, I said, I'm either going to be the guy who gets this whole fucking thing eradicated in my lifetime, or I'm going to be the first.
God did.
Wow.
Goon tax.
Thank
Drop
you, man.
bags.
Thank you, Thomas. I'm liking this. I'm either going to be the first guy who gets this shit eradicated in my lifetime, or I'm going to be the first, like, yep, he was assassinated by MLM, like publicly documented. They got him. It's only going to escalate. Bill Keep said it best at the conference. They will not go quietly, but wherever they are, we will be there. G shit. Shout out to Bill. Crazy. That's why I'm in that gym 6 days a week, getting my chest to poke out to here so that they run up. I'm literally losing my mind. Okay, let's finish this shit. Play it. Why did you go from the beginning?
I think the one that you're thinking about was with Amway. And I think they said,
where was I?
You didn't have to buy anything
there we go.
for yourself. But if you wanted to get paid for your downline volume bonus, then you had to have at least 50 PV of customer sales, which in today's dollars is about 150
Yes,
bucks.
Papa, we will be writing this off for your goon taxes for sure. For sure. But once I see that you got that bag, you might be in a higher tax bracket. You might be in an even higher goon tax bracket, you know? And thank you to Thomas, for real. Thomas been putting in work recently. Appreciate you, Thomas. If it's the same Thomas, I'm assuming it is. I like that, Thomas. Papa, I like that. Papa carrying the shit on his shoulders tonight. You don't know about Papa. You don't know about Papa on August 5th dropping $66. You don't know about Papa on October 19th dropping $34.29. You don't know about Papa on October 21st dropping $27.46, or on October 21st as well dropping $98.85. You don't know about that. Believe me. You think you know, but you don't. And them's the breaks. All right, let me play this shit.
Or selling products to at least 10 different customers. It's one of those two in order to get your downline volume bonus, which is quite an incentive to cheat, right? You know, if you have a decent sized group and maybe you're making $1,000 or $2,000 from your downline, you have a pretty good reason to cheat if you can't get your.
Also, yes, Benjamin, you're correct. We know there have already been many people murked by MLM. This is true. Whether it was from the stress of what MLM did to them, causing them to unalive themselves, or people actually being hit. But I'm bringing the heat. I'm bringing the smoke. And also with the lawyer shit, I want you guys to know, the lawyer that I have right now, I really hope that after this is all over, me and him can do like a video for the channel. Because the lawyer that I have right now, I think he really gets it. And thus far, that problem that I've had, that problem that I would have had of like not even being able to afford to go forward isn't an issue thus far with this guy. And I think it's because, I know it's because he actually believes in what I'm doing. When I got in touch with him, he told me that he had seen my videos before and he appreciates what I do. And he's been like, you know, we haven't talked explicitly about it, but I think what he's going for here. Thank you, Lucy and Voldy. That's facts. That's facts. I think the idea is that he wants to help me win so that he gets his money, not from me, not from the goons, but from the other side when they lose. I think that's what the idea is here. Yeah. Yeah, Specs, finish the lyrics. That sweet, that nasty, that gushy stuff.
Retail sales. And so it's just the wrong incentive. And the other part of that in Amway is if the downline does not have 50 PV or 10 customers in a given month, then that bonus that would have gone to them goes to their upline. And if their upline had the right qualifications, then they kept the money. If they didn't, then it would be passed up to the next upline until it got to a platinum. And at the platinum level, you're not required to have retail sales. And so that's where all that money theoretically ends up. In reality, what happens is the company, Amway, doesn't care. Actually, they do care from the standpoint that they want to pay you a little bit.
Shake your head to the sound, put your hands on the ground, take one step left and one step right, one to the front and one to the side, clap your hands once and clap your hands twice, and if it looks like this, then you're doing it right.
Insane. Lou Vega. That's so fucking funny to me that somebody's just donating as Lou Vega with Lou Vega lyrics. Like, I was reading the dono from Lou Vega last time, and they just wrote, 1, 2. I was like trying to read it as like words, and then I realized it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride to the bam, 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 bam. So fucking stupid. Thank you, Lou Vega. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you so much.
Bit of money to keep you in, and so they ignore this rule of the 50 PV.
Bars, ethical lobbying, put it over here. You just see me the next week with a Rolex on.
So they can pay you even if it's only $10 a month. You know, $10 a month is better.
Sorry to keep pausing. Brandon got that small logo pyramid T-shirt from alwaysmarcomerch.com. You know you love to see it. Let me go ahead and show y'all what you're missing. Merch.com. alwaysmarcomerch.com. Oh my God, is it really this affordable? Could it be? Is this Canadian currency too? Oh, so this T-shirt that says $30, if I bought it with U.S. currency, it's actually like $3 because of the conversion. Oh, what? Oh, what? This clear, beautiful phone case? Oh, shit. Oh, the M. Oh, the cult member T-shirt, the most popular seller in so many colors. Is orange your color? Is burnt orange your color? For many people, it's not. But you know what it is? Black. You know what it is? Gray. You know what it is? White. You know what it is? Navy. Oh, you have an olive skin tone? Did I hear someone say olive skin tone? Oh, shit, we got something for that ass. It's called navy. It's called black. It's called neutral colors. Oh, shit. Oh, you have a high contrast skin tone? Like maybe you're very dark? Oh, shit. Nigeria going crazy with the red cult member tee. Hello? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You play soccer and you can pull off yellow? Because only people who play soccer can, really? Oh, shit. Brazil going crazy with the yellow cult member embroidered T-shirt. Oh, what's this? Estimated delivery to Canada, October 27th to 31. Flex your allegiance to the Legion of Goons with this tea. Perfect for picking berries and doing yard work in the hot sun. Oh! As if I'm going to go to my Shopify store right now and see if I have a discount code that I could leak to the goons who are watching this right now just as a token of appreciation for y'all being here and watching the streams and thumbs upping the ting and dropping those bags because I'm feeling generous. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Sometimes he gives back. Oh, what? He gives back? Oh, shit. He gives back. Crazy. What the hell? What the heck? Oh, shit. What's he doing right now? He's creating a discount code. Oh, shit. What? What? It's an automatic discount code? What? It's a fixed percentage of 15% off? You know what? Fuck it. 20% off. Minimum amount to purchase? You don't even there's no minimum purchase amount? You just get it? No. That can't be. Oh, what? It's active starting right fucking now? Oh, the minimum purchase amount is he lied and the minimum purchase amount is actually $1? So it's basically nothing? Crazy. Oh, and what do I have to do to get it? What? All I have to do... Oh, I don't actually have to do anything because it's automatic? Actually, I don't really like that. It's automatic. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh. Okay, hold on. Do this again. Create discount. Amount off order. Percentage, 20%. We'll call it goons. Oh, discount code. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. He did the wrong thing on the last one that he made. Okay. No minimum requirement. You just put in the code and it's active right now and the code is goons. Oh, so wait a second. You're telling me if I go to alwaysmarcomerch.com right now and I make an order for any amount of money and I click and I type the word goons at checkout, that I'm going to get 20% off the entire order, no questions asked? Is that what you're telling me? Yep.
I got to get the bag.
Marco.
Oh, shit. Who is this guy? He must really love He must really love his fans.
More coin for the lawyer fees. Keep fighting the good fight. Rooting for you all the way from PHX.
Thank you, bro. Or thank you, Miss. What was the name? Jalissa? Jalissa, thank you. I'm guessing it's a lady. Oh, shit.
Just a small token to show that there are no hard feelings from us. We love you, Marco.
I like that. I like that. Thank you so much. Huh. He gives back. He gets and he gives and you give what you get. You get what you give. But nah, when I tell you about this big announcement that I have on, I'm going to announce it probably in December. When I announce this big announcement, I'm telling you something within you, some ancestral memory, some ancestral desire within you that you didn't even cultivate. It just was part of you. It's from a forgotten time. You've never felt it before. But when you felt it, it was new. And yet at the same time, it felt familiar, as though generations upon generations of your ancestors had felt this feeling before and passed it on to you. That is the feeling of your desire to drop bags on this stream once I announce what I'm going to announce. Because you're going to be like, I'm going to make the video. I'm going to drop the video with the announcement. And you're going to be like, oh, shit. He really doing it to him. That's what's going to happen. Watch. Mark my words. Oh, shit. He inspired me. Oh, shit. He's really about that action. Trust me. Trust me. Oh, shit. People only do the shit he's talking about in movies. Oh, shit. He's the main character. What the A periwinkle one would go crazy? I'm talking. Oh, shit. New merch order for $75? For Justin. To Justin. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Justin, using the discount code GOONS. Oh, did he get 1380 USD knocked off the price? I think he did. Oh shit. Oh shit. Come to Boston. Anything's possible. You know? Periwinkle would go crazy. My Losing Fortune shirt is comfy. Yep. Code Gushy Stuff. Ooh. That was a missed opportunity. It is for picking berries. I need purple. Oh, did y'all hear that? That actually wasn't a stream sound effect. That's the Shopify sound effect. Oh, he got a new merch order for $24 from Derek. Run up. Run up. Let me turn my ringer all the way up so you can hear it next time. Derek in Vancouver, British Columbia with the gray cult member tee. Oh, please. Oh, please. It's going to look so good. Oh, it's going to complement his jawline so well. I can fucking see it already. Oh, it's going to bring out his dark features. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Wait, are these all just now? Oh, shit. Is this all from right now? 8:56 p.m.? Are you serious? 4 orders all came in at 8:56 p.m. Oh, shit. Menelik, who was on Multi-Level Misery Live on Wednesday, also bought a fucking... What did he buy? Oh, the anti-pyramid tee with the small logo in black. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck me. Oh, what? David? Not David. David in Colorado buying the Losing Fortunes radio tee. Oh!
I gotta get the bag. Yeehaw! It's bull wrangling time.
Refresh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Not Whitney in Georgia buying the unread t-shirt. Oh, did she use the code? She did. She got $3.40 USD knocked off the total.
You're wrong. You're fucking bull.
Oh, shit. No. Oh, shit. He's building the connection. Oh, shit. He's building the connection with his audience. Oh, shit. He's fostering that parasocial relationship, but he does it with such poise that you wouldn't even question its inauthenticity. Oh, shit. Oh, he gives a little discount code back and he gets back at the same time, and his people also get physical products as well that can give them the feeling of holding their Yu-Gi-Oh cards in front of the TV screen while they watch Yu-Gi-Oh, but the adult version, because they can wear their cult member merch while they watch the fucking cult show. Oh! Okay, I think I'm getting... Oh, I think I see what this Always Marco guy is all about now. Huh. Silica going back to school to be a paralegal. Holla. Paralegoon. Damn. Oh, shit. I didn't know it was going to be like this. When they took me out of my mother's womb at the hospital, the doctor looked at me and looked at everybody else and said, I think it's one of them ones. He pulled me out and was like, I didn't know it was going to be like this. You know? My parents were like, is that good? He's like, buckle up. It's a cold world. Get some boots. That's what he said. Swear to God, I have the transcript. Wow. Periwinkle. Is that like Tiffany Blue? What the fuck is Periwinkle? The name of my butler when I get more donations. Oh, yeah, it's like a nice purple. Oh, shit. Don't let me do it. Don't let me release a new variant in Periwinkle. Crazy. People want a Nothing Burger shirt? I got you. Oh, PC error. Oh, goodness. Let me refresh the... Let me refresh the Shopify app again. Oh, Carol? Not Carol. Not Carol in New Mexico at 123 Arroyo Lane, where Walter White lives, buying 2 t-shirts. The cult member tee in the black and the navy. Can you say Neutral? Can you say neutral? Me to my son when he's born. Can you say neutral? Can you say Carol? Can you say New Mexico? Crazy. I'm going to order, but I'm blowing out my hair. Well, you won't have to blow out your wallet with this new discount code GOONS on alwaysmarketmerch.com. Hello. And it's free to thumbs up the stream. This guy just keeps giving.
Thumbs up the team.
This is the most generous YouTuber I've ever fucking seen in my life. Let's finish this shit.
It's better than zero, and it keeps people in longer. And so I think what the rule should be is if you don't have the 50 PV or 10 customers, then that downline volume bonus should go back to the company. And you say, wow, that would be terrible.
What? He has donation alerts set up for different amounts of money in order to make it more special and intimate when people contribute their hard-earned money to his very noble cause of defeating the evil multi-level marketing syndicate. What? The donation alerts on screen get crazier as they increase. And if somebody drops $100, it's one thing. And if they drop $150, it plays the Baby Bash 2007 hit song Cyclone. And if they donate $200, he's going to... What? No, that can't be real. It says here that if somebody donates $200 Canadian, the instrumental from Nicki Minaj, Drake, Lil Wayne, Chris Brown song Only is going to play automatically. And Marco somehow knows the Nicki Minaj verse off by heart and is going to perform it with the passion of Nicki herself in 2011? That can't be right. There's no way anybody would be that sick with it. Right? Nah, bro. I don't believe that. Let's just get back to our BFR and get rid of these conspiracy theories.
You know, now you're rewarding the company for people not having retail sales, and they're going to clean up on all the profit. How could you possibly say that, Scott? You're so stupid, right? No, I'm not stupid. I'm actually smart, because the reason behind this is because when you give the money back to the company, then people are going to quit in droves. And so short term, very short term, it makes it look like the company's going to clean up. But in the medium to long term, it's going to fall apart, because if you're not paying your people something to keep them in, they're going to quit. And that's going to flow through the entire organization, right? Up and down the organization. If people don't get paid, they're going to quit. And the whole thing would fall apart. And so to me, that's the right way to do it, is to say, nope, if you don't have your retail sales, then all that profit goes to the company. And then the company has to live with people quitting left and right. And now there's an incentive for the upline. Let's pretend, just as an exercise, let's pretend that your upline does have the 50 PV or 10 customers a month, and now they have an incentive to train you to sell, to get the results from you, to sell, to keep you in the business, to keep their downline in the business. And so that's the proper incentive criteria that should be standard. And that's something I just...
Also, yeah, LOL, him saying I'm not stupid, I'm actually smart, so fucking stupid.
I've thought about recently that I will be forwarding to the FTC as another policy that I think they should make, that you should not reward anybody except the company for lack of retail sales, because you're just not providing the right incentives.
There you go.
And by doing that, you are providing the right incentives. So any thoughts on that, Peter?
Okay. Good stuff. The one thing that I did, you may get to this eventually, but when we talk about active distributors and their purchases and stuff like that, this is very interesting, and this is perfect for the anti-MLM crowd who doesn't understand the way MLM works. They think that everybody gets in to become the lifestyle of the rich and famous. Part of Neorium's disclosures was that there was a third party that was hired that actually asked people, why did you join? And a vast majority of the people didn't join to become lifestyle rich and famous. They didn't join to retire their husband, or they didn't join to be able to just get out of their job. You know, they're just over broke thing. So much to the dismay of the stupid, and I'll just use the word stupid for our favorite one, stupid anti-MLMers, is the idea that they joined because they just wanted discounts on the product. So that was it. The vast majority of the people bought and joined an MLM and became preferred customers or brand partners or whatever it might be because they just...
Silicon Valley, are you saying I'm Rick Owens? Dude, look at this shit. I just Googled Rick Owens. This is what came up. Look at this outfit. What's the item here that's being sold? Is it the shoes? Is it the pants? Is it the goggles? No. It is this piece of fabric. I wouldn't even know what to call it. It's called Black Banana Skeletank Tank Top. You know what? You know how much it is? $555. I swear to God, if anyone has actually bought this, I want to sit down and interview you for this channel to ask you what it's like to just be the biggest piece of shit on the planet. Kind of eats, lol. Who? Oh, no, not the alternate pose. Good, yeah, good thing you turned to the side and the front so I could see what else was going on. I wouldn't want to miss anything. Oh, here's how you can style it. I was going to get the fucking nipple cover fabric, but I wasn't sure what I could style it with. And then I saw there's this see-through shirt that's also ripped that I could put over it. Or this also barely there fabric. Haha. Thanks, Rick Owens.
But seriously, I need to know why they only record over the phone. I get one guy not being available in the same room, but both of them and always? Fellas, it's a quarter century since the year 2000.
I know, bro. Thank you for the dono, by the way. But literally, it's crazy. They claim, if you ask Peter, he'll say, well, we're on a network that's a multi-billion-dollar network, so it must sound pretty good. What a fucking idiot. I dare you to wear it. Honestly, I would do a dono gold to wear some shit like that. For real, you know I'll do it for the goons. I've shaved my eyebrows and my head off on stream before, several times for the goons. It's been a while since I've done that, but yeah. What in the Y2K? Try on and return it. Thought I heard gunshots. Not for $555. IMVU, it's a look. What does IMVU mean? What does IMVU mean? Image messaging, virtual universe. Okay. Oh, IMVU look. Oh, I see. Sorry. It's a scam within a scam. What up, NPAS? New cult uniform. Ooh, that actually go hard on the commune. It's cheaper to manufacture those clothes because it's barely anything there, and I can charge crazy amounts. Like you guys will be on payment plan for your goon uniforms, your gooniforms, till you're fucking 200 years old. Crazy. I'm not gonna lie, my chest is actually too big for that. I'm not gonna lie. If I took off my shirt and went to the side, you'd see these pecs. I guess doing hella bench press and 200 push-ups twice a week is not such a bad thing, huh? Crazy.
Just wanted to be able to get some discounts on some products that they really liked.
Bullshit.
Yeah, and actually there was that effort was made by Neora, and the judge kind of scoffed at it. She said, yeah, you guys put out this study, but there was just a very small number of people who responded, so basically statistically it was not significant. But the judge said, but that's all we had. The FTC made no effort to find information that would counter that, and so I have to accept it at face value. And so, again, this is where the FTC just stepped in it. I mean, they screwed up every single opportunity they had.
That's a fact.
In my opinion, and just blew it. It's just incredible.
The FTC, when I picture what the who's actually conducting the work when it comes to litigating MLMs at the FTC, this is what I picture. And I don't care if any of you FTC motherfuckers are watching this, because I've literally done more for this movement in terms of helping consumers than you motherfuckers whose name is literally the Federal Trade Commission. You're supposed to be protecting people. Here's a real picture of a FTC legal counsel working on the case. These are actual pictures. Here's a great one. This is a really good one. Here you see the compensation. See the upside down pyramid. See they're trying to figure it out. There's an older one. That's from a couple years ago, back when the technology was more primitive. There's another one. They're crunching the numbers on the Neora case in this one. It's unfortunate.
Incredible to me how, even though Neora came in with this kind of questionable information, that
they blew it.
He didn't have anything to counter it. The judge said, "Look, this is a civil lawsuit, right? This is not, because that's the only thing that the FTC can do is civil." And so the way the civil law works, if it's 50.0001% on one side versus the 49.9999 on the other side, then the 50.0001 wins. It's okay. Which one is heavier? And it doesn't have to be a lot. It just has to be just over 50%. But the FTC brought nothing to the table. So the judge, I think she was actually disappointed in having to say this. She said, "Look, I got to accept this because there's no other evidence on the table."
Facts, especially since the FTC has such a low failure rate of losing cases. Usually when the FTC brings a case, it's so well researched and so bulletproof that the other side can't fight it. And I mean, how hard is it? You're litigating against an MLM company who every statistic leads to proving that it's a scam and a pyramid scheme. And you fumble that? Bro, embarrassing.
And as faulty as that might be, that's all I got. So, it was just, I think the impression I got from this lawsuit and from the judge, particularly the decision, was that she really wanted to nail these people from the standpoint of, I believe she thought they were scumbags. I believe that she thought they were lying through their teeth, but the FTC brought nothing to the table. And so she had no choice but to find in favor of Neora. And it was all through the lawsuit. I mean, she kept giving the FTC advice. You should have done this, you should have done that, which is not really a judge's job, right? But she was, in my opinion, obviously frustrated with the FTC that they brought nothing to the table. They just blew it. And so she could only look at the evidence that was presented to her.
LOL, he even said they blew it. Hopefully the FTC files an appeal and brings that fucking smoke that they need to next time. Do you need me to do it, FTC? Send me a bag. I'll put together the investigation. Don't worry, I got you. I'm here to help you.
And it was ridiculous.
Yep, but in Neora's benefit, I mean, it says right over here, this is on the document for those people who want to try to find this, is page 19 of 56. Neora in practice. Neora had 30 to 35,000 active BPs, which is brand partners, and the number of active BPs has remained relatively the same since 2018. So they hire, recruit, and some come and some go, but they're staying right around that level. As of the trial, it says Neora has approximately 163,000 PCs, which is a preferred customer. So if you take a look at those ratios, what is that, 4 or 5 to 1? Maybe even 5 to 6 to 1, depending on how you slice up the numbers. But the reality is they have more customers than they have brand partners, and that's what they were able to prove at trial. So that's why the FTC had to say they are not a pyramid. They are not a pyramid. They have more customers than they do distributors. So there you go.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
For all those goofball, fucked up, anti-MLM. Always stupid people out there, and you know who you are.
Yes.
The reality is that you fucked up. I mean, Neora just basically slammed your ass.
How did I fuck up? I wasn't talking about Neora. I literally heard about this the same as y'all did. LOL. Always stupid. You fucked up. They slammed your ass. How did they slam me? I had never even said the word Neora prior to the case. What are you talking about? They just have to somehow find a way to diss me in it. That's so funny.
And your expert witnesses and the FTC right there, and they had 4 years to try to prove it right. And Neora basically said, we're not an MLM, and they proved it in court. So I'm sorry, we're not a pyramid, and they proved it in court. So the reality is
did they prove it, or did the FTC fail to prove it? Did they prove they're not a pyramid scheme, or did the FTC fail to prove they were a pyramid scheme? A moment ago, you said it was the first one. Craziness. Thank you, Josephine. Yes, thank you, Josephine. Josephine, she's throwing green. Thank you.
Because you'd be in jail.
LOL, how many Trump sound effects do I have?
Obama.
Billions and billions.
Let's indict the motherfucker. Let's indict.
Because you'd be in jail.
So funny. Oh no. Oh, guys, bad news. Oh, bad news, everyone. Sangila out in New York just copped the red cult member tee and the anti-pyramid tee in black. Oh no. Oh fuck. Guys, everyone getting 20% off. I'm gonna go bankrupt. Peter with the cuck answer as usual. So funny. So funny. I could fart into a mic and it'd be a more convincing argument than anything Scott has ever said. So true. So true. Thank you, Josephine. Is he going to read what she said? No? Okay.
Good stuff.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right.
Did they disconnect Glenn off the call? I haven't heard Glenn in a minute.
Our showtime is almost over, and I haven't even touched on their so-called experts yet. We're going to get into that next week because that is another just amazing thing about this lawsuit. You know, our quote-unquote expert that's been to the MLM conference, which is really an anti-MLM conference, but you can find it. It's occurred 3 years, 2021, 2, and 3. They have it on an annual basis, and I know at least one, maybe two of these conferences. Stacy Bosley has made her presence known. I know she was at the most recent one. I thought she was maybe at one of the previous ones as well. But she was the lead, quote-unquote, expert for the FTC, and she blew it too. I mean, it's incredible how Neora just basically manhandled the experts and the FTC and everybody. So the last comment on this this staying active in the 120 in what they call PQV, personal qualifying volume, I don't know what the consequences are. If you lose your place in the organization, which I think happens at some MLMs, or if you just don't get your profit, if you don't have that personal qualifying volume, then you don't get the profit from your organization. I don't know what Neora's rules are. I'll have to try to find Neora's rules to see what the consequences of not having their personal qualifying volume, which I think can be either self-consumption or customers. So it's even that does not require retail sales, I believe. I'll just have to dig into that more to know for sure. Maybe I'll do one more thing here, then we can wrap it up, Peter. But yeah, I'm actually on page, 10 of 56. There's just so much in this thing. It's incredible. It's incredible. Let's see. They were talking about something here. My comment was, what percentage of people achieve these various? What was the rest of that? These various levels. Let's see. It talked about. Let me just read the sentence. The plan also describes the 1, 2, 3 bonus, which a BP is eligible to earn within his or her first 60 days if BP enrolls 2 new BPs and 3 new PCs, which is a preferred customer, with at least 80 QV, which is basically $80. The BP is entitled to a bonus of $50. With one exception, the remainder of the rewards and bonuses described in the compensation plan may be earned at any time during a BP's tenure, which will be described in turn. And so what they don't talk about is what percentage of people actually achieve this early bonus. And I know that Amway has similar bonuses over the years. They change from year to year, but they have similar bonuses where if you can do a certain amount of retail and a certain amount of recruiting within a certain period of time, like 3 months or 6 months, then you get $75 or something like that. But I think it's a very small percentage of people that actually do that. So it's really, it's a carrot that's out there. It's just not chewed on by very many people. So, but it looks good. Yeah, it looks good. And so, it's one of those things that, again, the FTC did not challenge. Well, how many people actually do that? And I think, Neora would have said a very small percentage, and then the FTC would have at least made a point, right? You guys can talk about all this stuff, but it hardly ever occurs. So let's not put a lot of emphasis on it because it essentially does not it doesn't happen, except in very rare cases. So anyway, I'll stop there, Peter, because just going through this thing again, it just makes me laugh at how extremely incompetent the FTC was in this lawsuit. It's like they had never had a lawsuit against MLM ever, and they were just starting.
Scott's actually right here.
From scratch and had no idea what was going on. That's the only conclusion I can draw from this is they used nothing that they had done in the past. What they did try to do, by the way, was say, well, this is just like VEMA. But then they didn't provide any evidence regarding Neora. And the judge made a point of that. She said, look, you keep referring to these other MLMs and you're claiming that Neora is just like them, but then you bring zero evidence to show that they're just like these other MLMs. It's crazy. And you can see the frustration in her writing, the judge's writing, in this decision, that she was just throwing her hands up going, FTC, I can't find in your favor if you don't provide any evidence. So anyway, I'll stop there, Peter, and we'll hopefully pick this up next Saturday unless we have a guest. But I think we should continue on this journey of extreme incompetency or intentional failure. I mean, intentional failure almost makes more sense to me at this point, the more I think about it. But anyway, I'll let you wrap it up, and we'll talk again next Saturday for sure.
Excellent. Okay, good. So you've been listening to Scott Johnson. My name is Peter Mingles. I'm Building Fortress Radio. If you go back to buildingfortressradio.com.
So did they not have a show tonight? Normally they do. Oh, you know what it is? It takes time for it to show up on. It takes time for it to show up on the iHeart website, which has the best player. But if you actually go to Building Fortunes Radio's, like buildingfortunesradio.com, and you click it, it has it more recently. So I think, is this the newest one from today? Glenn, MLM is fraud, and Scott Johnson, Peter Mingles. Let's see. Well, yeah, this is from today. Oh, this is the new one. Shit, we're behind.
To Building Fortunes.
I don't think it's surprising that she gets a little bit emotional about it.
The phone ringing in the background. Oh no, it's Scott's vibrator. It's Scott's vibrator.
Yeah, and that's her choice, but I would say that not only does she...
We should continue on this journey of extreme incompetency. Hilarious. Damn, well, everyone say goodnight to Ming. Say goodnight to Tex. Aw, I miss these boys. I wish... It's been so long since I've talked to either of them on the phone, man. Get in touch. Honestly, with the amount of goons they've had on Building Fortunes Radio, Julie, Bad Dog, Eliza, it honestly, I feel like wouldn't be that hard for me to email them as like saying my name was John Smith and that I was a fan of Marco, and like they love talking to everyone who knows me or is a fan of me, but not me. I feel like it'd be easy enough for me to infiltrate their show, but they just hang up and I couldn't control it. So, Well, that was fun. Oh, and it's in a nice tight 2-hour package. Oh, we haven't even been streaming that long, and we've got a decent amount of bag. Such a big bag, we call it billions and billions. That's what we call it.
Billions and billions.
And the merch was flying off the shelves. Oh, the shelves, the fulfillment center in fucking Malaysia or wherever these shirts are being printed, I don't know, are sitting there. Oh shit. Always Marco's too lit. We should offer him a bulk discount because he sells so much. Yeah. Love you guys, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. Should I do another bonus stream on Wednesday? Should I? Maybe another call-in show? That could be fun. And I mean call-in, not like call-in like Colin Firth. Should we do it or should I stick to the 1 week? Let's see. Let's see. You've got... Watch this. You've got 1 minute to convince me. Watch this. Wrong button. Oh, again, wrong button. Ready? Set? Here we go. Oh shit, this is tense. This is intense. no. Press it again. It ain't looking good, you guys. Oh no. Sensuela will wear her shirt and watch. Oh no. Jared Scott invited you to be on Losing Fortunes Radio, and he even added you on Facebook. So funny. They low-key love you, but need to keep up the bit so people listen. Facts. Reunion episode. So funny. Is there gonna be bagged, though, is the question.
Marco.
Crazy. Well, we'll figure it out. Maybe there's a hero watching the replay of this stream who thinks, you know what? That Streamlabs link is always open. Let me, maybe it's Monday. Oh, shit. I could be the one to convince Marco to do a stream on Wednesday. Let me just go ahead and slide that $50, $100 to the Streamlabs link, which is open 24/7. And we'll see what happens. Be a nice little surprise for Marco on a Monday to catch a $100 bag when he just out of nowhere when he wasn't even expecting it. He wasn't even streaming. Crazy. We'll figure it out. alwaysmarcomerch.com. Code Goons. Anyways, y'all. Do it because you love us. That's what I say to that. That's my response. Okay, I appreciate you guys. Don't do drugs. I'll see you in the Discord. Join the Discord if you're not in there. The link is in the thing. Peace out.
I got to get the bag.
Marco.
Do you like me?
Peace.
You're fucking poor.
Love y'all.
Ni hao.